I am sitting in the back seat of my father is Mercedes. The leather still smells like the dealership is plastic wrap, and I am clutching a folder that holds my entire life. Transcripts shiny as cathedral glass, recommendation letters scented with the lavender paper my governess buys in bulk, a personal statement that took 6 therapy sessions to stop calling my confession. The car crunches over the gravel circle in front of Grand Valley State University, Allendale, and already the sky above the campus is the color of dishwater, the kind of gray that makes diamonds look like dull spoons. I whisper the name Grand Valley like it is a spell that will turn me into the American daughter, my mother, wanted instead of the one who still mispronounces TH as Z, because my native tongue has no breath between teeth. The first thing I see is the parking lot, a single sheet of cracked asphalt stretching farther than my family is Dotcher is orchard. The white lines are faded to ghosts, and the only open space is a 17-minute walk from the admissions gate. 17 minutes in January, Michigan, air is the same as pressing your cheeks against the open mouth of a freezer, but colder, because freezers do not have wind that smells like wet iron and cafeteria grease. I am wearing shearling boots that cost more than the monthly wage of the janitor, who will later scrape my ramen vomit off the dorm bathroom tiles. Yet the salt eats the leather alive, little white bite marks that will never buff out. This is the first betrayal. A school that invites you to pay $30,000 a year, but cannot gift you a parking spot within sight of the front door. I think of my father as driver waiting in the no-standing zone, hazard lights blinking like a heartbeat, and already I feel the narrative forming. They want your money, not your presence. Inside the Welcome Center, the air is set to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, which sounds civilized until you realize 68 degrees is the exact temperature at which hope congeals. The receptionist does not look up. Her acrylic nails bubble gum pink-click against the keyboard the same way my nanny used to snap peas for borscht, efficient and final. I stand, folder sweating in my hand, until the silence grows so thick I can hear the fluorescent lights hum in B-flat, the same note the Orthodox choir hits when they sing Lord Have Mercy. I clear my throat. She clears hers louder. This is Power Dynamics 101, and I am failing because I was raised to believe politeness is currency. When she finally speaks, she asks for my social security number the way a dentist asks for a jaw. Open wide, this is going to hurt. I recite the 9 digits my mother made me memorize on the plane from Minsk, and I swear I feel each number break off like frostbitten fingertips. They hand me a glossy brochure that shows a black girl and a white boy sharing earbuds under a tree that does not exist on this continent. The colors are so saturated they look wet. The paper smells like chlorine, the same smell that rose from the community pool the summer my cousin drowned, and I wonder if this is subliminal messaging. We will keep you afloat, but only if you can afford the floaties. The tour guide arrives 7 minutes late, which in collegiate time is equivalent to missing a lunar cycle. She is wearing a lanyard that says "Ask me about Laker Pride." In Comic Sans, a font chosen specifically to infantilize. Her voice is the acoustic version of room temperature yogurt. She leads us 12 prospective students and 24 parental wallets past a brick building labeled Kirchhoff Center. She calls it the living room of campus, but the carpet inside is the exact shade of dried blood you see in crime scene photographs, and the couches sag like elderly spaniels who have given up on adoption. She gestures toward a Starbucks kiosk and declares, "We have 6 dining options." I count. Starbucks, Subway, a convenience store selling expired protein bars, and 3 Mize. Turry steam tables emitting the smell of wet cardboard and cumin. 6, if you count despair as a seasoning. We shuffle to the freshman dormitory, a structure architecturally identical to the Soviet panel housing my babushka still calls home, except here the concrete is painted optimistic teal, a color that chips if you stare too hard. The communal bathroom has 1 working stall. The other 2 doors hang open like mouths mid-scream. The toilet paper is single ply, the kind that does...
I am looking into crimes near Grand Valley State University. Allendale and I feel a heavy sigh inside because the stories are sad. Businesses near Grand Valley State University, Allendale, are like small friendly storefronts that sometimes hide dishonest people. In May 2024, the township held a public presentation about retail fraud. The speakers described how some shop employees would switch price tags and accept returns with stolen receipts. A tourist who bought a souvenir t-shirt probably paid a high price, then later discovered the receipt had been altered. The victim likely returned to the store to ask for a correction, felt embarrassed, and maybe left the campus early. The employee probably faced a warning from the manager and might have lost the job after an investigation. Businesses near Grand Valley State University, Allendale, are also like local pharmacies that sometimes become part of larger legal disputes. A national pharmacy chain in the area was mentioned in a settlement about opioid sales. A visitor who needed a short prescription might have been given confusing advice about dosage, then realized the medication was not appropriate for a short stay. The visitor probably sought another pharmacy, felt mistrustful, and maybe left the town feeling uneasy. The pharmacy likely had to adjust its policies and faced a fine, which may have reduced its presence on the main street. Businesses near Grand Valley State University, Allendale, are like many small shops that receive warnings from the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office about in-person financial scams. One example involved a teller at a convenience store who offered a cash-back deal that turned out to be a fake discount. A tourist who accepted the offer probably received less cash than expected, felt cheated, and might have complained to the store manager. The manager likely reviewed the transaction, the employee may have been disciplined, and the store probably posted clearer signs to avoid future confusion.
The businesses circling Grand Valley State University in Allendale feel like a coordinated experiment in how to disappoint people. They all run on the same recipe: charge top prices, serve bottom quality, and when you complain, shrug as if the problem is your expectations. I walked this grid of parking lots and strip malls, so you do not have to, and what I found is a community of cash registers that learn to smile while they pick pockets. Start with the one place every student is forced to visit, the GVSU Laker store. The staff there treat textbooks like rare art. They will swipe your card twice, watch your bank account dip red, and then call you a liar until you email a screenshot of the overdraft. Once the proof is on the table, they will admit the double charge, but the refund still sleeps one more night in their register. Shelves promise new access codes for online homework, yet the slip inside the plastic bubble has already been redeemed by an invisible stranger. Try to swap a hoodie that arrived with a neck hole the size of a dinner plate, and the manager will look you in the eye and say, "You did that." The anatomy of every transaction is the same: high prices, missing stock, and a student behind the counter who has been trained to say, "Nothing I can do." Leave campus and the spa industry waits with warmed-up needles. Renewal Skin Spa sells youth by the vial, but the results fade faster than cheap perfume. Botox appointments end with eyelids sliding south like broken blinds. The injector will offer to sell more units to fix the droop she just created. Microblading sessions leave brows the color of shoe polish and shaped like distant cousins when you beg for a touch-up. The artist insists the work is already perfect, while she angles your face toward the mirror like a magician, showing the trick is final. One client still pays $60 monthly for sculpture that never took, a quiet ghost debit that climbs out of her purse every 30 days to remind her she believed a promise delivered with a smile and a finance plan. Hungry students drift toward Nazareth restaurant imagining Mediterranean sun on their plates, but the kitchen here cooks in grayscale. The chicken shawarma arrives paler than printer paper, the meat compressed into flavorless ribbons hiding inside a thin blanket of yellow rice. Ask for the spicy chicken juice you have loved for years, and the waiter will bring a bowl of marinade, still cold from the walk-in cooler. When you mention the swap, the floor manager laughs in your face, as if you are negotiating the laws of physics. Gyro meat looks scraped from a can, wet and grey, while French fries emerge dark as desert boots after crossing old oil. Plates climb past $25 while iceless tea sits at room temperature, $3 per glass because refills are another universe you will never reach. Morning Ritual Coffee Bar dresses itself in reclaimed wood and progressive stickers, but the cup you carry out tastes like someone washed the beans in dishwater. A single small latte passes $7, and the barista, busy discussing last night's protest, forgets to acknowledge your thank you. Sit upstairs and you may be evicted mid-sip because a private event has purchased the oxygen in the room. The warning never arrives before the card is swiped. Pastries wait behind glass like museum pieces, stiff and stale, while the line crawls 20 minutes because one employee is juggling DoorDash tickets and real humans breathing carbon dioxide in front of her. Nightlife hides inside Billy's lounge, where the floor sticks to sneakers like flypaper, and the threat of crime drifts in with every open door. Phones evaporate from pockets so often the staff recognize the thief, yet he still pays cover. A bouncer shoves women into the snow if they fumble too long for ID, while inside the bartender slides you a beer that once hosted a mascara-laden eyelash.
Salsa night turns out to be twerking under migraine lights leave early, and you will still taste penny beer in the back of your throat while your ears ring like broken church bells. The health inspector's dream is hidden behind the kitchen door sink hoses wrapped in mold, cutting boards scarred deeper than cutting boards should be, all of it scrubbed only when the calendar runs out of pages. Even the boutiques preach beware. Rebel sells style out of a farmhouse chic closet, but the stitch tears open after one gentle wear. Bring back a Christmas tin of cocoa that never fizzed in the bath, and the clerk invents a holiday decor rule on the spot: no returns, no credit, only a lecture about seasonal spirit while your receipt still prints. Behind the counter, owners watch through Instagram lashes, daring you to argue so they can post a story.